I went from plucking hairs off of my face and my chin every 3 days to plucking no hairs at all. This wasn't by accident. This was through a strategic detox I put myself through in order to solve this problem. And now I teach other women how to do the same. If you've been dealing with hormonal facial hair, in less than a few minutes, I'm going to show you why that is on a root level and how you can finally gain your feminine appearance back. Peace, I'm Dr. Shakira Moore, and if you're brand new to my channel, I am a board certified naturopath and I specialize in iridology. I created my own system called Advanced Iris Analysis where I teach women how to transform their health by understanding their foundations first. But if you're brand new to my channel, you may have never heard of what iridology is. Iridology is the science of looking into the colored part of your eye called the iris, and based upon the patterns, which are lines, colors, markings, even veins, can tell what is happening inside of your organs. Yes, your eyes are connected directly to your central nervous system. So before symptoms even appear, your eyes already told the story. So before the fibroids, before the PCOS, before the facial hair, your uterus in your eye already showed what was happening before the disease arrives. And this is exactly how I transform women's lives into understanding how they can get started well before the disease shows up. So how does hormonal facial hair tie into all of this? Well, we must look at the gut, the liver, and the pancreas zones to go deeper into not just the facial hairs here, and let's start plucking, let's start shaving, let's just start removing it. Oh, why hasn't she talked about her herb to get rid of it? You need to understand why it's happening and why it's showing up. Now, facial hair shows up when your body starts producing more androgens than it normally does. Now, androgen is a male hormone which men and women have. Women have it in a more minimal capacity than men do. But what happens when your body becomes more in a survival state rather than a reproductive state, your body's going to now prioritize the survival masculinity rather than the rest, the nurture, and reproductive state. So the body is now saying we need more androgens. We need to keep up with this survival mode, and thus begins to produce more hair on what we call in face reflexology the sex zones. So remember here, your chin and your jawline are the sex zones of your face. So any kind of hairs, any bumps that show up in these areas and even on the chin will reflect on how your sex organs, such as your ovaries, your reproductive system, your vaginal area, how those areas are functioning. Now, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is your body in a more survival mode rather than a more restful, nurture, and reproductive? Why is it not prioritizing reproduction, but prioritizing the survival? Well, this is where we tie in the liver, the gut, and your pancreas. Number one, the pancreas. When your body is prioritizing trying so hard to get rid of the excess sugar in your bloodstream, that excess sugar which could not be taken out by the insulin because now you're in insulin resistant mode, you have too much that your body is constantly getting hits from the snacking all day long, constant glucose spikes. Your cells have had enough, it's too much energy in the body. And so it throws that glucose back into the bloodstream. And now we have this rampant sugar running throughout your body. That rampant sugar ends up increasing cortisol production. And now here we are finding ourselves in a survival state. Number 2, fatty liver. Many women with fatty liver find themselves with excess facial hair, which again, this is a hormonal imbalance. Your liver is responsible for getting rid of excess estrogen. And when it can no longer do that due to the clogging of what's happening in your liver, your ducts, this cannot happen. And now your estrogen that's supposed to be discarded runs rampant all throughout your body. And now it finds its way in your ovaries and in your uterus. And this is where we see incidences such as PCOS and fibroids. The symptom of what is called PCOS is hormonal facial hair. So instead of saying, what herb do I need? Let me get laser hair face removal. Let me find a multivitamin. Let me find something that's going to get rid of it. We need to focus on the root cause first. This is exactly what I went through last year. I was stressed. I was eating a lot of vegan junk food, a lot of fried foods, lots of sugar, and I ended up putting on an extra 20 pounds. I even noticed that facial hair started growing on my face, more so on my left chin area, which I noticed that correlated to my left ovary. From there, I knew I needed to do something. I began a protocol on detoxifying my body, detoxifying my liver, my gut. I did a deworming cleanse, a parasite cleanse. And after 8 months, I noticed that there were no more hairs. I went from plucking 3 days to not plucking at all. And this is done through my specific detox strategy. I will be talking more on this next Tuesday, May 5th at 7 p.m. on exactly what I used, the herbs I used, supplements, nutrition, how long it took. Everything is going to be revealed next Tuesday, May 5th. You don't want to miss this class so that you can finally lose that weight that you've been wanting to lose. Feel good in your body again. Have painless, and less heavy cycles. And most importantly, gain again your feminine appearance by not having to deal with facial hair. Sure, spearmint, which is an herb that is anti-androgenic, is a very good herb to lessen the androgenic response, but that doesn't get to the root levels of cleansing your organs, your liver, your gut, and your pancreas. And I show you exactly how to do this to take you from point A to point B to finally get the results you want. If you're ready to take your health to the next level, now's the time to do so. Make sure you click the link in my bio to register for this free webinar. I cannot wait to see you there. And make sure you send this video to at least 3 to 5 women that you know who are dealing with this. This is a touchy topic for us as women to talk about, and it's something that we need to have a conversation about so that we can finally feel good in our body again. We can be balanced in our femininity, and our bodies can finally prioritize reproduction over survival mode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.